Good morning, YouTube. Nearly afternoon here in dreary Kansas. Today is flare install day. You can see we are going to put in Flare by Flarespace. They're all painted up, ready to install here in the garage. What you're looking at here is a taped up window that I've now accidentally broken into multiple pieces. I've gone with the Harbor Freight, I believe they call this the wire nest windshield removal kit, and that's just seems to be its natural state. I've broken the wire about 10 times getting it through, and the inside here you can see I've broken a 5-in-1 tool that I had sharpened into a fine blade to try to get out. Multiple wedges, multiple plastic pieces. This adhesive is crazy. So on to the next trick that I had seen online. I don't really care about saving these windows. There's not a huge market for them, and I just don't care at this point. So I've taped it to try to minimize the destruction. Got some safety goggles, and I'm gonna try to break some stuff. See how it goes. Suction cups are not going to work on tape. Should have known that. What ended up working out here was I got the upper part exposed, and that was pretty easy by just cutting and smashing it out. Once the corner was out, I could put this plastic scraper in the top and then just kind of hammer it all the way down, peeling the adhesive away as I went. Then once I got to the bottom, kind of fold it down and cut all along the bottom, and out falls the window. Alright, so I did it, but got a little aggressive with the razor blade here, forgetting that the flares actually sit right above this line, because I think they're basically the same ones that go in the 144 that have the track here. So what I'm gonna have to do is sand this down a little bit, and I'll just spray this with some paint. I've got the same black paint that I used on the flares, so I'll have to touch up this a little bit. Not ideal, but I think I'll be able to clean up this edging pretty nicely, so let's install the flares. Alright, so I've taken this up 220, 320, 400, 600, so now it's really smooth. We'll go on with a little bit of glazing putty, fill in these tiny cracks. I might regret it later, but I'm gonna go ahead and install the flare and then paint this last. So I'll just drop some paper over, some plastic over, mask this out, give it one spray or two, some clear, it'll be done. So lots to do, but the flares are going in next. Alright, so what felt like mostly a failure due to the amount of broken glass and tears and blood involved. It's in, pretty good. But now we have the other side to do. So, my friend Beer and I sharpened a steak knife inside, because the one thing I noticed when I took out the flare is the rubberized glue stuff that they're using is really, really easy to cut with a razor blade. The problem is they don't have like an 8-inch long razor blade. So I took our shitty steak knives and sharpened it like crazy. So we will see if it will cut through the rubber in any sort of better way than my sharpened 5-in-1 tool and hammer and everything else. We'll give it a go. All right, after hours of this, I think I've arrived at a solution I like. Called the Steak Knife Shimmy. So you get some sort of Harbor Freight cheapo plastic scraper, and you pound it in there. So now you can see I've got the window bowed out a little bit. I did that after using the steak knife to separate it. So now I can gently cut the rubber seal right behind the window. And then once I get it cut to there, pull this out, shimmy it over, and then just keep cutting. And flare number 2 is out. Much better success here. Steak Knife Shimmy was successful. I only scarred it up just a little bit right there, but I don't think I'll have to paint this whole panel. I think I can just touch up a little bit right around there. We're all prepped for the second flare.